fall with what I'm about to say. I was rolling down the street one night. I saw a cop pass by on the right. But when he busted you, I knew what he was about to do when I saw them red and blue lights. But I pulled over to the shoulder. As he got out of his car and got closer, I saw he had his hand on his holster. But I got my hands in the air like I'm supposed to. I say, "How you doing, officer?" He asked me, "You know why I stopped you?" I said, "You don't know." You're gonna ask me, "How fast was you going?" I said, "Ain't that what you supposed to be knowing?" Then he gonna ask me for my license and registration, so I gave him my information. He looked at my paperwork and said that my name, my correct address, he gonna be needing. I said, "It's right there on the paperwork. You hard reading?" He gonna say that I'm being a smart ass. I said, "Well, he don't know. Everything I'm doing is caught on video." But then once he saw that, he went on and gave me my paperwork back, said he gonna give me a warning, and I cut him off. I said, "For what? Driving while black?" And I was on my way. Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Now I was jogging. I figured I could be that sexy beast if I can get back my boyish figure. So I was jogging, just up and down the streets. That's when I saw the police. They looked at me. I looked at them. It was a pretty lady cop and one of them. But see, I'm jogging. I ain't breaking no laws. But I found out jogging for a black man is probable cause. Because while jogging, they interrupt my mission. Said, "Hold it right there. There's been a robbery in the area and you fit the description." Now I'm jogging. My mood has been impeded. He gonna tell me, "Can I have your name?" I said, "No." He said, "Why?" I said, "Because I need it." I said, "Am I being detained?" He said, "Yes." I said, "So I got the right to remain silent. Anything I say will be held against me?" He said, "Yes." So I looked at the pretty lady cop and I said, "Breasts." She smiled. He frowned. He went to grab me and throw me down, but then we hear on the radio, "Code 4, suspect has been found." I looked up at him like, "What's not? What now?" You need your prescription. Because for every black man that's been hurt or killed, you fit the description. Don't ask me, "Am I done?" I said, "No." I looked at the lady cop. I said, "Can I call you later? Is your number still 911?" And I jogged away. Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Like that time that I was late for poetry night. Yeah, I was speeding. Yeah, I ran that light. Yeah, them cops stopped me. Got one on the left, one on the right. One said, "You didn't see that light you ran right through?" I said, "Yeah, I saw the light." He said, "Why you didn't stop?" I said, "Because I didn't see you." And I gave him my information. So one go back to the car, the other one want to sit there doing an investigation. Gonna ask me, "Where am I coming from?" I said, "Point B." Then he say, "Well, where you headed?" I said, "Point A." But he don't like that sound. He's looking around talking about, "Can I search your car?" I said, "No." Then he said, "Well, get out and let me pat you down." So I got out the car. He started patting me down. I'm like, "Ooh, yeah, I like that." And he stopped and looked back. And I said, he said, "You okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm okay." Now the other cop is on his way and he started touching me again. I said, "Oh, yeah, I like that." And then the other cop looked at him, "What you doing here?" I said, "I ain't doing nothing to him. You want to check in?" And I looked at the other cop and said, "Yeah, I like that." And then Twinkie, he just gave me my ticket and I was on my way. Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Thank you.
Hooray!